It's time for Lefties Losing It, and get ready to lose some functioning brain cells because we're going to bring you some diabolically dumb takes from the dim-witted left, starting with Don Lemon. You remember him? He was sacked by CNN after 17 years of the network. That followed accusations of misogyny and misbehaviour. And then there were his terrible ratings. Then he was sacked by Elon Musk after a disastrous interview, but he's still out there spewing his terrible takes, often race-based takes. Here he claims you cannot be black and be MAGA. Just listen to this and marvel at how a man this divorced from reality was able to be a network anchor for so long.
It's the same thing that when I see not all black Republicans, but I see a black MAGA person who is carrying Donald Trump's water and they know that he's lying, it is the shortest line to the front. Because if you're black and you're whatever, you're just in line with a bunch of other Democrats that are doing the same thing that you're doing. But if you become a black MAGA person, it's like, whoa, let's book this person, let's put him on television.
So you don't think you can be a sincere black MAGA person?
No, I just said, I don't think that. I just said I think there can be sincere Republicans,
but you can't be a sincere black Republican.
I don't think that you can. I don't think that you can be a rational MAGA, be black and be a rational MAGA person. I think you can be black and be a Republican.
I think they would find that very insulting.
Well, I mean, the truth is often insulting.
The truth is often insulting, and the truth is Don Lemon is a race-baiting simpleton who managed to foul his way up at CNN until even they had enough of his nonsense. As well as being a certifiable clown, he is also hugely ineffective. Here he is on CNN explaining how he campaigned for Kamala Harris by going around telling black men in battleground states that they were essentially dumb if they supported Trump.
I went from battleground state to battleground state. When they invited me to the convention, I didn't just want to fly there. I said, I'm going to go and talk to voters in battleground states, and I did. It was not curated. I went up to people just doing man on the street and said, who are you going to vote for? Black men. And time after time after time, they said, I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Why?
Now, there are reasons why. They said, because most of the time they said, well, you know, for economic reasons, right? Or because he gave me a stimulus check, and I had to correct them over and over.
Can't believe that didn't work out. But old mate Don is not alone in being hopelessly out of touch, hopelessly clueless about real people and what motivates them. Let's hear now from two awfuls, affluent white female lefties, former NBC and CBS host Katie Couric and an alleged historian, Heather Cox Richardson. Here she claims that Donald Trump is suffering cognitive decline. Not Joe Biden, but Donald Trump.
Katie, the man is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He really is. And you know, that to me is, I mean, everybody's like, oh,
the ego knows no bounds.
No, the ego has never known any bounds, but the ego used to be anchored at least in a brain that could finish a sentence, and it's not there anymore. I promise you, I watch this man a lot, and I'm not a doctor. I'm telling you, if he were in my family, we would be looking at care.
Remember when Katie Couric had some credibility? Me neither. The way these people lie is just shameless, gross. Let's check in on how President Trump is doing. One thing is for sure, he is the funniest president we've ever had.
He didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged again.
Should have gotten it.
This...
Vice President Biden, you are holding much smaller events with...
Because nobody will show up.
People with...
Well, it's true. Nobody shows up to his rally.
He said back in 2006, gee, I hope it does collapse because then I can go in and buy some and make some money. Well, it did collapse.
That's called business, by the way.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
It's amazing. I mentioned food stamps, and that guy who's seriously overweight went crazy.
By the way, I don't like this mic. Whoever the hell brought this mic system, don't the son of a to put it in, I'll tell you. These people. No, this mic is terrible. Stupid mic keeps popping. Do you hear that, George? Don't pay him. Don't pay him. You know, I believe in paying. But when somebody does a bad job, like this stupid Mike, you shouldn't pay the best, sir. Terrible.
As I said, he's the funniest president we'll ever have. Now, we love nothing more than mocking the dangerously delusional left, and it doesn't get much more delusional and dim-witted than a member of the LGBTQIA++ community cheering for Palestine. They've been doing it for years now, and the levels of idiocy are only increasing. Listen to this clown giving a shout-out to what he calls trans Palestinians.
I want to give a special shout out to all the queer and trans Palestinians. Not only are we honored to have you as part of our community, but Palestine is the moral compass of the world.
Palestine is the moral compass of the world. So the moral compass of the world is virulently anti-gay, anti-trans, anti-everything LGBTQIA. You don't have to worry about pronouns in Gaza or the West Bank. You have to worry about staying alive. No rooftop parties, but the turkeys in the West keep cheering for Christmas. That was the UK, Manchester. And here is another turkey cheering for Christmas in song.
And this song is written for Palestine, and here you have it. We are waving the rubber of our hopes and dreams, marching out while our voices for the world to see, posting back in the hatred of the Israelis.
That is enough of that. Thank you. I told you 5 seconds only. The producers have gone rogue. Let's hear from this young lass who thinks Trump and RFK want to put her in a concentration camp. Try to follow this logic if you can.
Well, I'm autistic and bisexual, and I don't want to be put on a registry, and I don't want my data to be used illegally by RFK, and I don't want to be shipped off to a health farm by RFK that he's going to, he plans to put us all on, similar to I shouldn't say similar, it's a health farm version of the concentration camps in Alligator Alcatraz, and nobody deserves to be in concentration camps. That's Nazi shit.